Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Jen. Today we are talking about my July planner lineup, my mid-year planner lineup, however you like to think of it. I'm giving you an update on my planners, what I plan on using for the rest of the year, I believe. And I am in such a good place with my planning right now. I think for the first time in a long time, I'm feeling so good about my planning, and my planners really have changed since the beginning of the year. I did go back and watch my first video sharing the planners I was going to use in 2025. I'm not going to go through all of those today. I will link that video for you if you'd like to check it out. None of those were bad planners. They were great planners. They just weren't working out for me. And some of that is because life has been changing and evolving as the year has gone on. And with that, so did my planning, and so did the planners I used. But not all of them. So I am going to start with the planners that I'm still using. And then I will talk about the new ones that I've incorporated, why I like them, how they're working for me. So yeah, I'm super excited. So I'm going to move these out of the way and we're going to go through them one by one. Okay, let's start with my Halfletter planner, my everyday planner, my ride or die. And I have often called this the hub of my planning system. And in a lot of ways it is, but I have to say it's sort of my goal planner that's become the hub of my system. And when I show it to you, which I will in a couple planners, then I think that will make more sense. But I do want to mention that I am an affiliate for some of the companies that I'll be sharing here. I am an affiliate for Jane's Agenda, which is the majority of what this planner is. I'm an affiliate for Happy Planner. So those affiliate links are down in the description box. If you shop those links, I do earn a commission at no extra cost to you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart every time that you use those links. It really does support my content going forward, and your support really means the world to me. I also have referral links for Erin Condren, which just means that you save some money and I save some money, so it's a win-win. So thank you for using that. And you can check out everything I have, any discounts, codes I have for other planners down in the description box. All right, so if you've been here for a while, then you already know, I love my Halfletter planner. Jane's Agenda actually calls it Junior, but either way, it's disc punched. It has 8 punches. And this planner, I like to change up every month because of the Jane's Agenda sub box. And I will say, I have been using a Halfletter planner now for a few years now, at least a couple years, but I feel like it's been longer. I love the size. I have very detailed setup videos, and I have a very detailed video of this setup. Now, I will say this color scheme is not my usual jam. My usual jam is neutrals like this. I love this one's my favorite vegan leather cover, our shell vegan leather cover, gold discs, something like that is what I usually do. I like cream, black, brown, tan. That's my jam usually, but this is gorgeous, a gorgeous planner, and it really shook things up for me. I mostly like to use 1.25-inch discs. It keeps the planner nice and compact, but also big enough that I can put what I need in here. Here is our stunning cover this month. And yeah, love it. Love it. I'm not going to give you a really detailed look inside here right now because otherwise this video will be 2 hours long. But what I will show you are my weekly inserts because that is the main thing I use in here. And I am in love with the weekly number 16s. Oopsie, forgot that was in there, from Jane's Agenda. And this is what they look like written on, and decorated, but let me show you the blank ones. So I've used many different weekly inserts over the course of time. I also use a few daily pages in a subsection after this because occasionally I need a little more room and then I will use a daily page. But for the most part, it's my weekly planning that is kind of what keeps my life running. And I really like these inserts. So these ones, you get a little 3, it could be priorities, it could be whatever you want. It just says 1, 2, 3. I often do put kind of like my main priorities or the main themes of the week, the things that I want to keep top of mind. Sometimes I don't use it at all. Often it's my priorities. Then you get this long checklist column, which I like to separate into 2 sections. So going back over here, I'll do a this week list. So things that maybe I don't know what day I'm going to do them on, but they got to get done. Luckily my list was not so long this week. And then my next week are the upcoming things in the coming week. And that really helps me because otherwise things get lost in the shuffle. And then you have Monday through Wednesday, Thursday through Sunday. I do like a Monday start on my weeklies. I believe you can buy these with a Sunday start though, if that's your preference. And this little section is enough room for me to list my work schedules, appointments, and then any day specific to-dos. I don't tend to list out my day-to-day chores like dishes and laundry unless I'm having a super, super busy day. Often though, that's when I would have a daily sheet. And then I might write every single thing that has to get done. So this amount of room is great for me. You have this little dot grid section. Sometimes I just use it for decoration. Sometimes I'll put like bills due or other important things that I might just want to remember in this area. You do have a little monthly calendar here. It is a Monday start, and that's not my preference for a monthly start, so I usually just cover it up, though it is very pretty. The only other thing I'll go ahead and show you, because I'm going to show you why I got rid of something, is that this past month I added in a wellness section. And what I added in, let me show you a blank one first. So this is from the memory keeping insert pack that we got in the July box. Really cool insert pack. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, it was exclusive to the box, and I don't know that it will come to the shop. But I'm hoping that I could convince Jane to bring these to the shop because I really like these. They're just very simple, a 1-day horizontal. You have Monday through Sunday. And the way I've been using it is that for a while for my wellness planning, I'd been using this Erin Condren notebook, and it had a similar kind of layout. And I'm following a fitness program. I'm actually started a new one, but from the same company. It's in an app, so the schedule is in the app. But often I need to rearrange some of the workouts based on how much time I'm going to have. So I would list out on this side how I thought my week was going to go, and then this side what I actually did. And that has worked so well for me. Now in this notebook, you had blank pages. So sometimes I was tracking, it's very messy, but I was just tracking like how much weight I used because these are strength training programs. But now I'm just doing that piece in the app. So this guy I'm not using currently, though I loved it. This was from a winter bundle. I keep it around just because I had started a page of tracking my measurements, and so I'm still using it for that. But right now I'm not actively using it, and it's undated, so that was fine. But now I'm doing it in here, so let me show you that. So again, very messy, but functional. And so that's been working pretty well for me. And yeah, so they did give us quite a few of these, so it'll probably carry me forward for quite a while, but I'm hoping they'll bring them to the shop. But if they don't, do you know anyone who makes half letter size inserts like this? Because I could see myself using them for quite some time. That's my Halfletter. I don't see this planner going anywhere anytime soon. I love the size of it. I love the feel of it, and it works really well for me. I don't carry it around with me everywhere, but I do tend to bring it to work with me and leave it next to me so that when things pop in my head, I can jot them down. Or sometimes I'll listen to a webinar and I might jot some notes in my notes section. And that's the sections I keep in here. My yearly overview, this month, my my monthly and weeklies, notes, my resource section, and now my wellness section. And I love it. The other planner that has not changed is my budget planner. My budget planner right now is a happy planner. It's kind of a Franken planner, and I've been using a happy planner for my budget planner for a good 3 years now, I think. And I am finally, like really starting to use my budget planner in a really good way. So for a long time, I've used the monthly section to track my bills. I've done that very consistently, and that has worked really well for me. But now I'm really evolving my budgeting and my budget planning, and I credit that again to my new goal planner, which I will show you next. But I don't share my personal information on the internet, but I will open to a blank section so that I can show you how I do use things. Okay, so this planner, like I said, is a mix of planners. I prefer having a dated monthly. So I had bought I think it was a horizontal layout on clearance and just used the monthlies. I may next year switch over to Jane's Agenda dated monthlies, but this has been fine. The Jane's Agenda one has lines, so I do like that. So I track all the bills that are due and when they get paid on this monthly section, and that works great for me. I meant to glue these pages together, but I haven't. But then I have these undated budget pages from a budget planner. So this page is from the Happy Planner. It's not perfect. It's okay. It gives you an area to fill out your income and then places for your different types of spending, but all the categories don't necessarily work for me. And then, where you would come up with your balance. That's partly why I was considering Jane's Agenda, because they have some different budgeting sheets that are something like this, but they're more simple. So you pick I think it's just like income, fixed expenses, and other expenses. And I may switch over to those once I use up these. It's fine. I just adjust it to my needs. And then this sheet I love. This is from Pretty Planner Co. And it's just your transactions. And so there's two sides. So I have two accounts I like to keep track of. And I keep my deposits and withdrawals. I keep track of them on here. Now, I haven't been the best with this for quite a while, but this month I've been doing really fantastic with it. And I really do attribute that to my daily grind planner, which we're going to look at next, because it's really helped me to hone in on my day-to-day and how it wraps into my goals. So we'll talk about that in just a sec. But I do love these. I was doing really well with them in the beginning of the year, and now I am again. So Pretty Planner Co. is a great woman-owned small business. She has some really beautiful options. And then this goes back to that Happy Planner, and there's a savings tracker. There's a place to keep track of debts. So I do have some school loans. I just paid off one, which was so exciting, but yeah, the debt continues, so believe me. So that's a great place to keep track of things like that. And then, oops, I need to add in another one, but then I have these weekly expenses sheets from the Happy Planner, Budget Planner, and I I don't keep track of all expenses, but I do like to keep track of certain ones. And so usually 1 or 2 pages of those does me. This is that horizontal layout, which the only reason it's here is because I thought I might want to still use these currently pages. Honestly, I haven't really been using them. But what I thought was like listing like expenses that are specific to that month that aren't things I spend all the time or like stuff like that, things upcoming, but I haven't really used it. And this really is a pretty planner. I do have a detailed flip through of it, and I believe setup of it. So I will link that for you. Sometimes I'll change up my covers on my budget planner just for fun, but this year I haven't really done that and it's been fine. I think this one's really pretty. Okay, let's talk about the newest addition to my planner lineup, the one that I am the most excited about, the most surprised by. It is my daily grind planner. This planner is so special. It is a really cool goal setting system, and I was interested in it for a long time, but for whatever reason, I didn't think it was for me. And I've always been very big on goal setting, very interested in goals. You've probably seen different videos I've done on goal setting if you've been following along for a while. I did a series on goal setting at the beginning of this YouTube channel. And at the beginning of the year, I was using Halfletter size and a mix of inserts from Jane's Agenda and Sheplans. All great inserts, and Sheplans is another great company. I do have a discount code affiliate link for them down in the description box. But there is something about the daily aspect of planning in this planner. I did very recently share the setup of this planner, but I do want to at least show you the daily aspect and why I love it so much. So this is another disc bound. This is the biggest planner I own. It has 10 discs. It's a size that's kind of exclusive to them. This cover, let me just step back here. This cover is one of their older style covers. It's their luxe version. It's beautiful. I love it. It is kind of imprinted with their goal setting system. Now I will let you know that the inserts that I have in here are their older style, and they just revamped them. I actually do have the new style. I'm going to continue in these for now. I'm really enjoying them. But then when I use them up, I will switch over to the new style, which is all that you can get now. I do plan on making a video comparing the two in case that's helpful to people. But yes, so I made this beautiful cover page recently. I shared that in a YouTube short, and I just love it. It just brings me so much joy every single time I open it. And this planner has really been helping me to reconnect with my creativity as well. And I needed that. It's just been so good for my mental health. Then I just have a bunch of dot grid and I put tabs in here using these from Cloth and Paper because I don't own dividers from them yet. I will be getting some though. I bought the dot grid so I can make vision boards. I'm still working on that. This is the monthly page that you get with the daily grind, and that has changed a little bit, but I don't need an extensive monthly page in here because all of that kind of planning I still do in my Halfletter. But I do appreciate that they give it to you and to help you map out your goals. So, and then you get a weekly page, and then the daily pages are where the magic happens. So sometimes I decorate it, sometimes I don't. I've just been playing with it. But the way that it works, this is probably like the most filled out page I have. I'm not doing it perfect, but that's the thing, you guys. I am a recovering perfectionist. I want to do everything perfect. I cannot do everything perfect. And so I'm just trying. So this day I did decide to decorate it just for fun. It was one of my goals. So my goals, you know, basically they do encourage you to write out goals that are basically SMART goals. I do have a video on how to write SMART goals. If you need that, I'll link that in the description box. So that's what those monthly goals are, where I'm writing out the full goal, making it a measurable goal, but then you kind of just use a word to represent each of those goals in the boxes. And then you have your daily I've heard some people call them micro movers, you know, tasks, to-dos, whatever you want to call them. And, you know, even Angie herself, which Angie Bellamar is the founder of Daily Grind and the one who kind of came up with this system. Even she says, like, you're not going to get all 10 done every day. Sometimes I do. What I'm working on is business, finances, nutrition, fitness, cleaning up my office, family, social media, YouTube, learning, and creativity. And then I set some kind of thing I want to do each day. And here, the new system only does done and tomorrow, but on this version, you have done, almost, and tomorrow. I actually kind of like the almost, because sometimes I've kind of like partway done it and I like giving myself that partial credit, but I kind of understand too why they got rid of it. From what I understand, they revamped their system from year to year and just kind of listen to their community and try to make it even better and better each time. And it's really intimidating to think of like coming back to this planner every single day and working on your goals every single day, but it's actually made it less stressful and really helped me to understand why some things aren't working for me. And anyway, one of the big things was that I set a goal to look at my banking app and look at my business, my budget planner every single day. And while I don't do it every single day, I do it much more often than I used to. And that has been invaluable. And that has also helped me to more deeply connect with my budget planner. And it's just really been so helpful. And also it's really been helping me with staying on top of taking the steps towards my business. So, and keeping consistent with social media. Those are the big things. So I love this planner. I love it so much. This planner, totally new. This is a monthly planner from Erin Condren. I bought it on clearance. I think because I upgraded the coil to rose gold, I paid like $12, but I had rewards to use, so I only paid a few dollars. But I think if I hadn't upgraded the coil, which the platinum coil like this is their standard and you don't pay any extra for that. I usually go for gold, but I don't know. I just was like, oh, I'm going to try rose gold, and I have really been enjoying it. This is my business brain dump planner. I have not shared this on the channel, so I will flip through it a bit and share as much as I can of it. So this one started in January. It went January to December, and I pulled out all of, I started this planner in May. Was it May? Yes, in May. So, and it actually worked out great because the tabs, I kept the 24, 25, and then it goes to May. So it looks great because actually for some weird reason, when you get the January start, there is a gap between this and the January tab, and I hated that. But because you can also get these like academic year. Anyway, neither here nor there. So I did pull all those months out since they were past, but I kept all the notes pages because the monthly planner, let me go away in the future so I could just show you what it normally is. Here's December. So normally the monthly planner, you have this notes page here. You have your divider, which this is in there, what they used to call Canvas. They call it minimal now, although their new monthly planners, my pen loop is a little wonky. Hold on. This pen loop I added, it's from Erin Condren. There we go. It was a little wonky. It's really nice and strong. You can see it's hard to move. So I really like the neutral. So it just says December, success is a journey, not a destination. They each have a little quote. They have the gray tabs. And then you have your dated monthly spread. Because that's all I really needed in here for now. This is mostly for like hashing out ideas. I'm more using it like a notebook. And then you have, you have your like dashboard, your monthly dashboard. And then you have, I think let's see, like 10 pages of notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 5 sheets, 10 pages of notes. So in the beginning, I both like played creatively and mostly I'm using it for function. So I didn't do much to the 24, 25. You just have like your little calendars. I really did nothing to this. I don't really use it, but I figured it was helpful to have it there. So that I just left alone. And then I have a lot of questions. If you're an entrepreneur, you're new to entrepreneurship, you know that unless you've gone to school for that, there's so much to figure out. So I made this, it says the big questions, and I just thought it was cute. I used letters from the new Planning. Well, these are from Planning. These are old Happy Planner big stickers. And then, you know, I just started, I put some washi at the top of some of the pages and just brain dumping here. So yeah, so I still like, it's still a work in progress. You can see I just used like sticky notes to kind of map out what I thought I would use each page for. And these little, I forget what they call them, like mini bookmarks. I forgot what they call them exactly. I love these. They did not come out with new ones this year, but I think you can buy some of the old ones on clearance, or you were able to before. This, I use stickers from Live Love Posh, and this was just like, I wanted to list out podcasts I come across and like YouTube videos that are helpful to me, and books. So I kind of started that. Same thing, like it's all a work in progress. I use it as I need it. This is a snap-in divider that I don't know if they sell these clear ones anymore, but they have pockets. So you can either like put something decorative or use it for function. You can see at the moment, neither is happening. And then this starts where I had started working on my goals in here before I had gotten the Daily Grind Planner. And I'm still kind of using this as well. The letters are from Happy Planner. The rest of the decoration is from Live Love Posh. And I was playing with, I was watching a video from Coquette Natalie. I really like her channel, and she was showing how she made a Kanban board in her Laurel Denise, and she'd also showed how you could do it in an Erin Condren. And so these are sticky notes from Laurel Denise, and I was just kind of playing with the concept. I did make one in another place as well. And so a Kanban board, if you're not familiar, is where you write the goals on sticky notes. You have 3 columns to do, doing, and done, and then you move them over as you're working on them. It's very satisfying. I really like it. This was just like experimentation right here, but I can't talk this morning. It is kind of early. I'm still drinking my coffee. But within the month, I did start one, but I'm going to keep that to myself for now. So then I just have these other notes pages. I started this page where I wanted to work on looking at business expenses. And then the month, like this month, all I really kept track of was that I was listening to this interview series that had been provided for free for nutrition professionals. It was very helpful to me. And so I had just marked out the weeks because new episodes or emails dropped every day. And then I kept the notes in another little notebook. But I had started doing an outline of some of the things that I'd learned from each interviewee. And yeah, so it's kind of like a low pressure but very helpful notebook that I've created. Here's June, and I had a meeting with a branding / sort of business coach. Also very helpful. I'm very excited that I will be working with her for one more month. Yeah, things are brewing over here and it feels very exciting. These are snap-in sticky notes that are an older style, but I love sticky notes, as you can see. And yeah, and then that's the planner. So a lot of the rest of the notes in here, they're not things I want to share just yet. You do get a folder in the back. I just threw these Erin Condren stickers in here and some old kit stickers. These are from Lemon and Honey Studios, and they're so pretty. So I may, like, this isn't necessarily like decorative planning is not like the main focus, but I love it. It makes me happy. So I do it when I want to. So those are there. And then these stickers, actually these ones, I think, I added these in from another life planner, and it did come with some though, didn't it? Oh, maybe it didn't. I thought this one came with some stickers. Maybe it didn't, or maybe they're before the folder. Oh, they're before the folder. Here we go. So these are the stickers that came with it, which are just sort of some plain headers. But these other stickers are from a life planner, and I just added them in. You can add things in by snipping between the holes and then just kind of popping it in. It's not as easy as disc bound, and you can't like keep doing it, or you know, the paper won't hold up, but you can see this is staying in here just fine. So there's a lot of versatility with Erin Condren, and that's why I like it, because sometimes I really do enjoy a coil, and you at least get a lot of versatility with Erin Condren. So that's why I like using some of that. And then in my pen loop, I have my Uniball Zento. I also have one on my Daily Grind Planner. They are my new planner pen obsession. I just love how smoothly they write, and they write really black, and I love that. All right, we have one last planner to look at. This is my content planner. It's an Erin Condren Life Planner. Now, the only reason that this is a new planner is because I do use an academic year style. I've been using the Erin Condren Academic Planner for a couple years for my content planning. And this year I said, I'm going to try a life planner. Well, you guys, they just released the academic planners and they totally changed the layout. I'm a little bit intrigued by it. I'm curious if you guys would like me to do a comparison of the old versus the new. I'm curious about it, and I kind of want to get one, but then again, I'm like, come on, Jen, you just started this one. This is the one, though, that I'm a little iffy on. I have a two-part setup of this planner, but I'll just show you a few things. So I have it in this clear folio. It's really pretty, and often I don't like these kinds of folios because I like folding my planner over on itself, but I've actually really been enjoying this. This planner is in the bouquet design, so I have the bouquet cover, and I did personalize it to say embrace the beauty of life. My word of the year this year was embrace, or is embrace, and to me it's about embracing life. It's about embracing a lot of things, embracing opportunity, embracing possibility, embracing the journey. Like, it was very personal to me. I'm very connected with it this year. Do you use a word of the year? I'd love to hear if you do and what it is, if you're willing to share. But the life planner is a little different than the academic planner, but it's still a great planner. So I did, share all of setting up most of it. Some of it I did off camera and just showed you after in the video, but these boxes I like to use to track my subscribers, my followers, my watch time, all of that. So I do need to go ahead and fill out July now that July has started. I love how this turned out. I think it's so pretty. And then this is the tab for the monthly view. It's really beautiful in this bouquet design. So here's July. Here's my monthly calendar. So the way I use my monthly calendar in here is that I keep track of my YouTube videos. Usually I do them on sticky notes, and then this way, once I have uploaded the video, I will write it in. I made a little error there, so I just made an arrow, but I keep them on sticky notes so that if something changes and I don't upload it that week, I can move it around, or if for some reason it gets bumped, I can move the sticky note to the next month. So that's been really effective for me. I typically post every Monday at 5:15 p.m. Eastern, but sometimes I get additional videos up. I would love actually to post more often, but it is tricky with all the balls in the air. I work, I have kids, all of that. And then you have your monthly dashboard, which I haven't really filled out yet. I just was playing with some of the stickers from the bouquet sticker book. You have a notes page, which I'm not sure, but I might use that for monthly expenses. I don't spend a lot on my content, but I do spend some, and that's why I'm so grateful to you guys for using my affiliate links when you do. And then this is the dashboard layout. And this is what I'm a little iffy on. So you can see I did use it here. So I use it to track my content, my YouTube videos and my Instagram in the days. Then the to-dos around the content go over here on these to-do lists. These habit trackers, I didn't even really end up using it that week, but it is meant to try to keep track of the frequency. Me and habit trackers, we don't get along that well. I mean, it's no secret at this point. And then I was just writing some notes down here. I actually may need to blur that out. And so that's kind of how it's going. So here I did start using the habit tracker. It's okay. I'm not 100% in love with it, but it's also not working. So I just need to give it a chance. I used to use a dashboard layout and a happy planner for my regular planning. So I'm not a stranger to dashboard planning. And I had an idea of how I thought it could be really useful. So I'm going to stick with it for now, but there's always a chance that at some point I change it. I also will say that this is a very expensive planner that I got for free, because when you make so many purchases with Erin Condren, they gift you $100. And I've been using Erin Condren for a couple years now, and I got that $100. So that paid for this planner because I upgraded the coil. It's an 18-month. I added extra note pages to the back. That's the other thing that I'm not loving though, is the size of this planner. Because I added the extra note pages, the coil was still very, very full. Even when I pulled a lot of the end of the year, because I know by then I'll be in a new planner, I snipped all that out. It still is so full on this coil. And I wanted the bigger coil so I could add a lot of snap-ins in, and it was a struggle. You'll see all of that in those setup videos if you watch them, but it's a big planner. And I don't absolutely love that, but I don't hate it either. So at the end of this planner, you do get a folder. I have some stickers in there. You do, whoops, I skipped that. You do get those same stickers as you saw in the other planner. And then these are more snap-in sticky notes that I just stuck in this pocket of the folio because they wouldn't fit on the coil. And then this is the snap-in bookmark. That's a stencil that you get with the planner, but I like those mini bookmarks. So that's like the least, but it's still quite successful planner. So yeah, it is good vibes over here with my planners, and I really attribute it to two things. Number one, experience. I have been planning for a number of years now. I've always tried to keep an open mind and say it's okay to change things up when things don't work. And it's really a process of getting to know yourself. And I have come to a place where I understand what I want and need out of my planners. And so that's been really helpful. But also that daily grind planner has really helped pull everything together. I love it. I can't express how much I love it. I know I'm very new to it still. I've only been using it for a couple weeks, but I feel a difference from it. So I had to share. So you guys, tell me what you think of my planners. Tell me about your planners. Please say hi. I love it when you say hi. I try to say hi back every single time. And I will link for you my 2025 planner playlist if you want to see the other videos. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Bye.